Bruce Brown, and I'm the author of Czarzakian Multiverse online. And I'm in the beginning stages of writing this book. And honestly, I don't even know if that's going to be like the title or the subtitle of the book yet. So this is all like really new. I'm really in the middle of it, so a lot of things are changing. But I just thought it would be cool to talk about from an author's perspective what is going through my mind to create this book. And here's like the first chapter right here. That just to like, I don't even know if this is gonna be, just to show you how new this is. I don't even know if this is gonna be if I'm gonna keep this chapter name or what. This is all so new, like so right in the middle of it. But there it is, right there's the title of the first chapter. I think is gonna be called Into the Lost Portal, and I think I just recently changed that, to be honest with you. It's changed like 3 times. Dream Catcher Key to the Lost Portal, I think is the name I'm going to stay with, but I'm not sure if that's even going to be the first chapter. But essentially it's an introduction into this world that's a simulation of our multiverse. And essentially humanity creates this artificial intelligence that becomes sentient, and then that sentient being creates a higher level artificial intelligence that becomes a singularity, something that we human beings cannot understand. It's like a god. It's like, for lack of a better word, it's infinite. It's like something we completely cannot understand because it's so beyond us. We're like ants to this system. The system becomes sentient and it creates this universe. Well, actually, our interpretation of this system is like it's a universe, but we can't fully comprehend it. It's like, it's hard to explain. So it's hard to explain, but I'm hoping that I can explain it in this book and in the story, and in the characters' interaction with this system is really what the story is all about. So the opening sequence is an introduction into this world, like what powers people have when they go into this world, because the world is a simulation. It's like a game. It's like a game that humanity has started to depend on, because they're able to get all these resources. All this new intellectual property is coming out of this system because they're able to interact with parallel universes of different iterations of how humanity could have gone, different things that these other civilizations have discovered that are inside the system completely real on some level. And so humanity starts to rely very heavily on this new universe called Czarzakian Multiverse. So that's what this book is about. And it's LitRPG, meaning literature that's based on role-playing game, because when people go inside of the game, inside of the simulation, they are essentially playing a role. This thing's getting heavy on my phone here. So they're essentially playing a role. Like, you go into the game and you are part of this. You play it just like a role-playing game. You're playing along, and you're part of this universe, and you're interacting with these beings who are sentient. The non-player characters are sentient. So that's kind of the premise of the storyline. Why did I do this? What came up? How did I come up with this idea? The word Czarzakian is something I came up with when I was a kid. I had this idea of like this huge world where people can go there, and there's these like godlike beings and stuff. And this one, the sentient life becomes the gods in this world, Czarzakian Multiverse. That's where that came from. The name. The whole idea of a multiverse, I don't think is new as far as role-playing games go. I've always been fascinated with it, and it's always been something if I could go into a real game and this was real, I just thought to myself, what would I want to see? Like, what kind of game would just be like incredible? And so that's kind of how I came up with it. Like this is a game that I would want to play. This is a world that I would want to go to, and and then I wanted to make something that is able to explore reality, because I've always been, my favorite science fiction is always science fiction that explores the nature of reality itself. That's always been my favorite. It just fascinates me. Like from the Matrix to the 13th Floor to Dark City to so many other mind-bending kind of stories that talk about reality. I've always loved those kinds of stories, and I want to be a part of the people who talk about it and the people who speculate, the philosophers, the Philip K. Dicks, not to compare myself with him, but like I love the way he speculates. I love the way the science fiction makes you think about something else, of another world, and that's what that's the premise behind it. It's supposed to be science fiction in a LitRPG world that makes you think and consider what is reality. It takes it from a perspective of the main characters are speculating on, are thinking about, what is my reality? Am I real? How far can I go? How deep can I go in this world? I want them to question their own reality, and I'm hoping that if I'm successful, the people reading the book are going to do the same thing. They're going to think about, like, what is this place? How real is this place that I'm going to as I'm reading it? How real is my world? I want there to be that relationship, and I don't know if I'll be successful with that. That's my interpretation of it. Of course, your interpretation as the reader may be completely different than mine. You may get something totally different out of it, and everybody will, actually. But yeah, I'm in the middle of writing it. What's interesting about this is my first, I can't say it's my first fiction. I've written fiction before, but first thing that I'll have like released into a full book that came from me. I've written things before that I didn't get published because I wrote it and then it never got it picked up by a magazine or short fiction, science fiction writer magazine or anything like that. So I'm having fun with it. It's challenging because I'm up to like 50,000 words, and I've got several characters that I have to develop, and it's challenging in that you have to get the details right, and it has to be consistent, and it has to, it's really important for me. The best stories are the ones that have the best character development, and so I hope I don't mess that up, because that's something I always love about good games, good games and good stories and good movies and good novels, is the character development. For me personally, as soon as the character development is done, or as soon as it stops, I'm bored out of my mind. I have to care about the character enough to want them to succeed or fail. Like sometimes you have a character you want them to fail, you know what I mean? Like it's okay that they fail, like Deadpool. It's okay that he messes up. That's part of the adventure of his serendipity of going through a story, and it's funny, right? If he fails, the failure is sometimes the success with Deadpool or some other comic book characters. But you have to care about the character, so that's why it's really important that I get it right. And one of the fears that I have is that that the story won't be, not that it won't be good enough, but like it will really be bad. Because you ever seen like American Idol, where you're watching these guys and they allow these really horrible singers to go on American Idol, who they pass them through screening on purpose. They let them go through to laugh at them, and then they get in front of Simon Cowell and Jackson and Paul Abdul, and then they just laugh at them. They just make a spectacle out of this person. I don't want to be that guy, Like I'm horrified that I'm gonna put my fiction out there, and and people are gonna say it's good because it's so bad. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to be that guy, but at the same time, I'm willing to take the risk. I don't know if I'm that guy. I don't think so. I feel like my fiction is. I feel like my fiction is good. I feel like it's good. But then those singers on the stage, they feel like their music is good. They feel like their singing is the most incredible. They compare themselves with Michael Jackson and and Mariah Carey and all these great singers, and then they open their mouth and start singing, and it's terrible. Maybe my fiction's like that, but I have to. Here's the thing: I am 44 years old, 45 this year, and it's 2019. I have to know. The only way for me to know if the ideas in my head are marketable or are digestible or acceptable to other people, that other people can see these crazy things in my head. The only way I'll know is to put it out there and to do it. To fail or succeed, I don't know, but I have to take this leap. I have to do it. That's what I'm feeling right now. I'm nervous about it. I'm nervous about releasing this video. I'm nervous about. But that's the thing. That's the thing about life, Like you have to take a leap. And so I want to talk more about Czarzakian Worlds of Play. Czarzakian, original name. Czarzakian Worlds of Play was the original name from when I was a kid. But I want to. This video and this channel is going to be more about what the multiverse is about. The characters, how I came up with the characters, and what their development is supposed to be, and these notes are supposed to be about that kind of stuff. And I want to follow this up with another video as I get more along the lines in the story, as I release it, as I release different ideas for different books and stuff. I'm still on book 1, but I have an idea of what I want book 1 through 4 to be about. I've got all these ideas in my head of books 1 through 4, and where I want it to go, and the direction I want it to go in, and stuff. Mostly I just want it to be entertaining and fun. It's great that it's speculative. It's great that it makes you think, but it has to entertain. Otherwise, how do you retain people's attention and stuff? And those are all the fiction that I like. The Star Treks, to me, like the most interesting thing about Star Trek was that you get to speculate about your world. Like it allows you to think about your world compared to theirs, and their rules, and how they interact with their universe. And those are the things that interest me, and that's what I'm hoping to convey and to have in my stories, where it's speculative but also it's entertaining and all of that. And that's what the Czarzakian Worlds of Play is supposed to be about. And I hope that I am able to convey that. I hope that I can introduce this world and go to this world with other people and take this journey through multiverses with you guys who are interested enough to even watch this video. That to me is so fun. It's so fun to create a universe together and go there and then speculate together and think about all of these different concepts. It's like it's just so fun to me. It's like Legos, It's like you get to build a universe, and then you get to go be a part of that universe and make new things, and it's fun. It's really fun, but it's also a lot of work, a lot of writing, a lot of details, because when your book gets into the tens of thousands of words, it's just a lot, right? It's just, you got to make sure everything's consistent and stuff. So I'm rambling on right now. So I will do another video about this. The next video will be more about like the plot and the characters in the Czarzakian Worlds of Play, and not so much about my process as a writer, but more into like the guts of the Czarzakian Worlds of Play that I want to build with you guys. I want to be a part of with you guys. I want to journey and have adventures with you guys. Okay, that's it. Talk to you guys later.